Alright, hey everyone. I'm just going to give you a review, a brief, I guess more detailed review about all the equipment I use. And because I think it is a good setup for a budget-minded person. So those who are on a budget, I think this is a pretty decent setup. So first of all, I guess I'll start with the guitar. This guitar is a parts guitar. So it's not all the same manufacturer. As you can see here, the neck is a Fender Stratocaster. It's an American neck. You can tell because of the logo here. The Mexican ones won't have that kind of logo. So that's a rosewood neck. The body is actually not a Fender body. It's a G&L S500. You can tell because it has an extra pickup switch right here. So what this pickup switch does is that in addition to your standard 5-position switch, you get an extra 5 combinations once you switch it. And this one is the normal combination, and then once you switch it, it adds more mids. So everything else is standard. Actually, the pickups here is Tone Rider Pure Vintage pickups. Tone Rider is not a very well-known pickup company, but they're pretty good at what they do. It's budget pickups, but they sound really good. So the neck, the middle, and the bridge are pretty standard. They're vintage level output. So here is about 5.8K, 6.2K, 6.5K. So your standard output, the bridge will always be higher, of course. And your standard G&L bridge. And this cord is coiled cords because that's just how I like them. It's more vintage that way. Okay, so moving on to the amp. This is a Canadian amp company, Traynor. And this amp is the YCV20. It's a 20-watt amp. And I'll show you the controls here. So you have your standard gain and volume for both channels. One channel is a clean, the other one is a boost, a distorted. And your standard treble, bass, and middle controls, and the spring reverb. The thing I don't like about the spring reverb is that it sounds really good on 1, 2 to 3. Once it gets over that point, it becomes a little bit too springy. But if you keep it here, it sounds pretty good. So I'll give you a demonstration of this. It's on standby right now, so we'll turn it off. And we'll see how it sounds like on the clean channel. So this is clean with the volume set to about 7, the gain about 7 as well. And these ones at about 12 o'clock. And reverb are at 3. Playing some chords right now. So it's a pretty good tube amp. You can have all your dynamics as you will in a normal tube amp. So you can play softly, or you can play loudly. So it's pretty good. So that is the clean channel. I don't think it's that bad. It's pretty good. So moving on, we have the gain channel, which of course lets you play louder. So we'll put it on there. So we actually have a brightness switch here, but in my opinion, it doesn't really change much. See, it sounds the same actually. So brightness switch doesn't do much. It comes with a foot switch. This one is the brightness, which I just mentioned doesn't do that much. But you do have this one for the switching channels. So I'll press this one to switch to the gain channel, and you can see how that sounds. good. So there's your power chords. I can play some solos as well. Sounds pretty good if we turn up the volume. So I can show you now what these switches do. So this is the standard configuration for a Stratocaster, playing on the neck and the middle, playing on the neck and the bridge by itself, neck by itself. Change this extra switch on, which only the GNL guitars have. It has more. It gives you more mids. So neck and middle. I don't usually use the middle, but there's a middle. The bridge and middle, and the bridge. Not bad. So volume's about 5 right now. If we turn it up to 10, of course you're going to get more gain. Okay. So moving on, we'll just give you, I have the two basic pedals right now, which is an overdrive pedal. This is the BBE Green Screamer. They're both by BBE because I think it's a pretty good company. So you have your standard controls, the level, the tone, and the gain. First we'll turn this off. Alright. So this is your standard Tube Screamer replica, except I think it sounds pretty good for replica. So you have your standard controls. If you put everything at 5, I'll let you hear what it sounds like. Okay, so level, tone, gain at 5. And if we turn the level up, it's going to add more volume. Turn the level down a bit and turn the tone up. Here's what it sounds like. Turn the gain up to about 8, or even up to about full. Let's turn it up to full. Okay. Of course, if you do this in combination with everything else, it's going to be really loud. Not so bad. So, alright, that was the Green Screamer. Now we move on to the BBE wall, which I think is kind of cool. It has a Chinese character bitten on it. And what that means is root or origin or source in Chinese. I think it's kind of cool. So it has the chrome, everything on it. If we turn it on, it's a standard wall. It has the tune here for the frequency. I usually leave it about 12 o'clock, so you can hear it when I turn it on. use it with the Green Screamer. It's a pretty good wah. So that's a brief demonstration of all my equipment, and I hope that helps.